What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Jim, this is Beamer, and our workday has begun. One of the services I offer here at High Five Power Washing is algae removal off of roofs, mainly roofs with shingles on them, which this one right here, it's not bad as some others, but it has a little bit. This is probably a 10-year-old roof. What brought me into the area, or why I'm here right now, is I pulled over and talked to the church. They have the same thing going on their roof, just the black algae stripes. Seems that it happens around the 10-year mark, and then it just keeps getting heavier and heavier as time goes on. But a roof should last 30 years. Get in the truck. I don't bring Beamer with me every day, because oftentimes when I do, I regret bringing him, because he'll bark at me when I'm outside of the truck wanting to get out. And he wants to explore. He's a good boy. You don't cause too many problems when you're out. But now, I have tried many different things over the last couple of years with my power washer business, as far as my approaches, my systems, how I do it. Today, what we're doing is we're taking a 360 camera with us. I'm just carrying it. I hadn't filmed any people yet, but you know, we're just starting this video. But something I've been doing for a couple of weeks is I got a little clicker, and each attempt that I make, like I just made one here, is, well, it counts it. But another thing it does, cause the hardest thing about prospecting is maintaining a good attitude and not losing your attitude and feel like, what am I doing out here? Especially when, you know, somebody gives you a hard time about soliciting or something like that. Well, my little clicker, every time I do it and I hear that noise, that clicks over in my brain that it means next. And I'm looking for who's next. And I'm not worried about what just happened. And it's a tool to maintain my attitude. Because here's the two things up-and-coming business owners got to focus on: your attitude and your work ethic. Because those are two things you can absolutely control. But we're going to move on down the road into the Devonshire area to prospect for a little bit, or possibly even go ahead and do one right now. I stopped and talked to this guy last week. I think I can clean this. He said he needed to put a new one on there, but it's really just algae on. Let's stop and talk to him again. This is a nice place. This algae on the front is what caught my attention. Let's see. Hi there. Hey. I hope I didn't catch you in the middle of anything. You guys have a great looking place, but I was just wanting to give you I'm with Jim with High Five Power Washing. Okay. I wash houses, and the algae on the front just caught my attention. Yep. And there's a $50 off coupon that you guys can, I don't know if is that something that interests you at all?
Probably not right now, but we'll keep those for when we're due for it. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you. Thanks, man.
That wasn't very smooth, but it's a flyer in circulation that's got my name and number on it. It's a law of averages thing. The more people you talk to, the more money you make. Stop recording. We're getting ready to do a house wash right here. This is what caught my attention. This came from door knocking, this algae on the front. But you know, the gutters need a little attention too. There's grass on the side, and you'll see, you know, spider webs up in the corners and things. Spider webs over the windows. Now this is what I wanted to show you guys, and this is always an opportunity for an upsell. But the sunny side, like this side is in direct sun now, and what almost always happens to vinyl siding is there's oxidation on it. All this white chalky that's on my fingers, and bleach is not going to do anything to that. And if you hit it with high pressure, well, then it just looks all jacked up and streaky and stuff. But I've got a chemical that melts that stuff away. but we'll get to that towards the end. But right now, we are gonna get set up. All right. Okay, we are ready to get started. I've got our bleach and some Gain laundry detergent in this container, a bucket of water in that container, which that's what we're gonna start off with. Now we're gonna crank our pressure washer up. Gotta slide through here to put the choke on. Grab this. Step number one is to wet down the plants. Well, I say step number one was wet down the plant. Really is stretch out your hose. Directly on the plant, but there could be a little runoff onto them, so we don't want them to be thirsty is the main thing. The sun is out, it's 75 degrees, middle of the afternoon. And we'll wet down the grass beside the house a little bit. I don't see any really. A little bit on the socket. We're gonna, hey, there's a lizard. And we'll see how that looks when we're done, but I've already got the okay to do a oxidation removal on this one wall. We're gonna wet this. I think the soap will stick a little better if it's wet. Also kind of, well, let me switch tips. This is what I use, a ball valve, this gun, and a J-rod, and I'm gonna switch to a shooter tip. Now, all these cobwebs and stuff, they're gonna be out of here, even before I hit the soap. Let me get these gutters wet. There's a little wasp nest. Set down our gun and we're gonna go drop our soap. Some of the pros have a remote for this. Other times I have chase. But today, we're doing it ourselves. Now I've got 100 foot of hose on here right now, and as soon as I pull the trigger, it's gonna start sucking out of that little bucket. All right, we got soap coming out. You can see it, and I can smell it. Surfactant or detergent you put in, the more suds there are, and the thicker it is, and the longer it sticks, the easier it is to see. But I think we'll be okay. We're gonna let that dwell. Still got plenty of bleach. I put 2 gallons to start off with. And back in the water. We're hitting this again. We'll get that down spout. Make sure we get up top with everything and the windows. Alright, it's probably getting close to being water. Yep, I don't see any suds. Like I said, there wasn't any algae on there, but look at this. There's still the chalky stuff. I've got something that'll take that off. Bleach will not, and I will rinse it and that white stuff will still be there. I could do that step, but I'm gonna try something different this time since we're doing it on video. I'm gonna downstream another chemical. No, not that one. Here we go, Cleansol BC. This comes from a local small business called Pressure Works here in Taylor's. Since we're here, let's hydrate. I need to put a hat on too. I can tell I got bleach on my head. This a little more. I charged it extra $25 to do this. And you see all this white that's running down? That's the oxidation. It's dwelling. We're gonna rinse the front. And I hadn't even hit it with a brush yet, but we'll see how it looks. Maybe we won't need a brush. Stop recording. I see a little yucky on the post. It's going to require a little brushing. We are rinsing off oxidation now. We'll start at the top, work our way down. When we get to the bottom, it should be clean. And the way we will check is rub our hand across it. Nothing is what we want to see. Nothing but maybe a little water, clear water. If we hadn't got it all, we'll see white when we do our hand check. But I'm not really seeing a whole lot of white coming down a little bit. That's a good sign. I don't know if this is a service all guys with a pressure washer offer. You'll know if it has oxidation if somebody hit it with high pressure. It'll be all streaky. Takes a lot of rinsing though. right, I can't wait any longer. Let's check it. Look at that, clean hand. Clean hand. Clean hand. Clean hand. Nothing but clean. Clean, clean. All right, that worked. Let's rinse this other little patch. Let's check it now before we rinse. There's a little bit of white. See, just a little bit. But after we rinse this, all that will be gone. You can see it just melting on down, all that white chalky oxidation. You know, when things get oxidized, people will say, the sun has faded my siding. I need new siding. And that is not true. This siding has oxidation on it, like this guy's used to. He's got a broken piece of siding over there. He don't need new siding. And we can do the same thing with roofs too, especially for like roofs that had a repair, got new shingles and 12-year-old shingles that's got dark algae on them. They can match again with a soft wash on them. Similar to this, a little different technique. I'll show you that in this same video. Clean, 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 clean. Boom. All right, let's take a look at these gutters. I don't know, I may need to hit this side here again. There's something still on here. Right here, there's a little bit of dinge. I'm gonna hit this one more time with soap, and while I'm at it, I'm gonna hit this side. And I think I'm probably gonna have to put my 50-foot extension on to get the back. But this will be a piece of cake. You would expect this would be, oh, look at that. There's oxidation on it too. Let's make sure our hose is gonna reach back there. I had to do oxidation removal. It was all over this backside too, but I've sprayed it, so it's on its way off now. Just need to rinse it. But after this, we are done, people. Time to pack it up and get paid. Okay, I did forget something. I've got to do something else. I've got to send Will an invoice. Now, there are probably better systems, definitely more professional setups than what I've got, but I'm using my phone, and what I need to do is enter him in as a contact in my software to send invoices. I use one that's called Quote IQ. Okay, so now that he's saved, we want to create an invoice. We'll put his name there. There we go. It comes up. We're going to add a service. I've got a few set up. That's house wash vinyl. I told him we would do that for $200. This is what the invoice looks like. Okay. $240. We will send through the phone. And there it is. It's sent. So let's go grab the customer. Do a walk around. All right, I got it all, Will. If you want to walk around and take a look with me, and I sent you an invoice a few minutes ago to you. At $240, I broke it down. The house wash, $200, like we talked about, was $40. There's actually 3 sides that it was on. But it's all good now. And we can wipe the hand all around it. There's no white, Josh. Okay. All right. We're paid. It is pushing 6 o'clock. We could prospect a little bit on our way home. Let's see. We have, well, I guess this counts. We've had 20 contacts for the day. Not too bad, but doing a couple more wouldn't be bad either. We'll see how it goes. All right, it is a new day, and I'm getting ready to wrap this video up and preparing to start filming the next one, which is going to go on the High Five Power Washing channel. But if you remember earlier in this video, I came by here. Well, we're getting ready to clean this on, and the next video is going to be showing that. So, yeah. So I'm glad you guys made it to the end of this video. I knew it was a little bit long, but what I'm doing is gotta take my surface cleaner off. So I can get to the ladder. But when you're doing stuff like this, good form is important. Because you don't want to strain anything. But I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, be safe out there and keep on trucking.